Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindi ki Jai Ganga Yamuna Mai ki Jai Bhakti Devi Tulasi Maharani ki Jai Prem Sako Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindi ki Jai Shri Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath Shyam Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki Jai श्री श्री वृंदावन मथुरा धाम की जय, श्री मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, श्री जगन्नाथ बलदेव सुभद्रा महारानी सुदर्शन चक्र की जय, ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रीमद् भगवद गीता तथा रूप की जय, निताय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरे कृष्ण। All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to the assembled devotees, Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Shri Guru and Shri Shri Gaur and all Guru Shri Jagat Guru Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna. Again, please accept my most respectful obeisances at the lotus feet of everyone. And thank you so much for giving this opportunity again to serve all of you in Srimad Bhagavatam. So today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 6, verse 22. We start the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam namaskritya naram chaiva narottamam devim saraswatim vyasam tato jayamudhirayet nashtaprayeshu abhatreshu nityam bhagavata sevaya bhagavatin uttama shloken bhaktir bhavati nashtake शृण्वतां स्वकथा कृष्णः पुण्यश्रवणकीर्तनः हृद्यन्तस्तौह्य भद्राणि विदनोति सुकृत्सताम् ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय. So I can share. Everyone can able to see my screen. So Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2, Chapter 6, Text 22. यस्मादण्डमिराजज्ञे भूतेन्द्रिया गुणात्मकः तद्द्रव्यम् अत्यगात् विश्वं गोपीसूर्य इवातपन् यस्मादण्डमिराजज्ञे भूतेन्द्रिया गुणात्मकः तद्द्रव्यम् अत्यगात् विश्वं गोपीसूर्य इवातपन् यस्मादण्डं विराजज्ञे भूतेन्द्रिया गुणात्मकः तद्द्रव्यम् अत्यगात् विश्वं गोपीसूर्य इवातपन्.
यस्मादण्डं विराजज्ञे भूतेन्द्रियगुणात्मका तद्द्रव्यम् अत्यगद्विश्वं गोभिसूर्य इवातपम्.
Thank you.
Krishna.
Anyone else want to chant?
यस्माद् अंडं विराजग्ने भूतेन्द्रिया गुणात्मकः तद्द्रव्यम् अत्यद्गद्भिषं गव्यैश्वर्य इवात्मानम्
So it's Ivatapan.
इवात्मानं sorry.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Anyone else?
Sorry, Mataji, I muted you by mistake. Yasmat andam viradnyajagne bhutendriya gunatmaka tadravyam atyagad vishwam gobhi surya ivatapan.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Yasmat Yasmat Andam Virachase Bhutendriya Gunamaka Tatravyam Atyagat Vishwam Govisurya Ivatapam.
Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Jasmadandam virajasne bhutendriya gunatmaka tadribam attagad gobhi surya ivatapam. Hare Krishna.
So, synonyms. Yasmat, from whom, Andam, the universal globes, Virat, and the gigantic universal form. Jagne appeared, Bhuta, elements, Indriya, senses, Guna Atmakaha, qualitative, Tad Dravyam, the universes and the universal form, etc. Atyagat, surpassed, Vishwam, all the universes, Gopihi, by the rays, Suryaha, the sun, Eva, like Atapan, distributed rays and heat. Translation and purport given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation. From that personality of Godhead, all the universal globes and the universal form with all material elements, qualities, and senses are generated. Yet he is aloof from such material manifestations like the sun, which is separate from its rays and heat. Purport. The supreme truth has been ascertained in the previous verse as Purusha or Purushottama, the supreme person. The absolute person is the Ishvara or the supreme controller by his different energies. The Ekapath Vibhuti manifestation of the material energy of the Lord is just like one of the many mistresses of the Lord by whom the Lord is not so much attracted as indicated in the language of the Gita, Bhinna Prakriti. But the region of Tripath Vibhuti, being a pure spiritual manifestation of the energy of the Lord, is, so to speak, more attractive to him. The Lord therefore generates the material manifestations by impregnating the material energy, and then within the manifestation, he expands himself as the gigantic form of the Vishwarupa. The Vishwarupa, as it was shown to Arjuna, is not the original form of the Lord. The original form of the Lord is the transcendental form of Purushottama or Krishna himself. It is very nicely explained herein that he expands himself just like the sun. The sun expands itself by its terrible heat and rays. Yet the sun is always aloof from such rays and heat. The impersonalist takes into consideration the rays of the Lord without any information of the tangible, transcendental, eternal form of the Lord known as Krishna. Therefore, Krishna, in his supreme personal form with two hands of flute, is bewildering for the impersonalist who can accommodate only the gigantic Vishwarupa of the Lord. They should know that the rays of the sun are secondary to the sun. And similarly, the impersonal gigantic form of the Lord is also secondary to the personal form as Purushottama. The Brahma Samhita 537 confirms this statement as follows. आनन्द चिन्मय रस प्रतिपाविताभिस् ताभिर्य एव निजरूपतया कलाभि गोलोक एव निवशत् अखिलात्मभूतो गोविन्दमादिपुरुषं तमहं भजामि. The Supreme Personality of Godhead, Govinda, the one who enlivens the senses of everyone by his personal bodily rays, resides in his transcendental abode called Goloka. Yet he is present in every nook and corner of his creation by expansions of happy spiritual rays, equal in power to his personal potency of bliss. He is therefore simultaneously personal and impersonal by his inconceivable potency, or he is the one without a second, displaying complete unity in a diversity of material and spiritual manifestation. He is separate from everything, and still nothing is different from him. ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपकदा मह्यं ददाति स्म पदान्तिकं वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिधि नामिने नमस्ते सारस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशधारिणे जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे राम 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे राम 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 हरे ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय पवित्र पावन श्री गुरु महाराज की जय समवेत गौरव गोविंद की जय मुखम करोति वाचालं पंगुं लंघायते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे श्रीगुरुं दीनतारिणं परमानन्दमाधवं श्रीचैतन्य ईश्वरं हरि ओम् तत्सत्। Hare Krishna. Translation. From that personality of Godhead, all the universal globes and the universal form with all material elements, qualities, and senses are generated. Yet he is aloof from such material manifestation, like the sun, which is separate from its rays and heat. So, what we are saying is Purusha Shukta prayers. So, in this prayer, so Brahmaji is now it's in a different section. In this section, particularly, Brahmaji is taking that. So now he is explaining. So this is material world. This is creation. Krishna is creating, but there is another world which is spiritual world. So where actually Krishna is more attracted towards it. So and he is explaining how the spiritual world is also, so that is what he will further going to explain what he saw. So as of now he's telling that this is how it is, like this is how he creates and this is how spiritual world is, and then from the next verse I think he start explaining that what he saw directly. So pratyaksha praman. So in this verse also he is talking about, can you hear me now, Mataji? So in this verse, it is mentioned about Purusha. So Krishna is referred as Purusha or Purushottama. Like in the previous verse, it is ascertained. Srila Prabhupada is starting. So Purusha means enjoyer, controller, right? So and Uttama means best. So who is the best controller or the best enjoyer? It is only Krishna. Only Krishna, no one else. So and the absolute person is the Ishvara. So everyone knows that Ishvara, Paramakrishna, Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadiradir Govinda, Sarvakarana Karanam. Is that volume is better now? No?
Yeah, please stay close to the mic or just speak up a little bit. We can hear you, but not loud
Uh,
enough.
is it okay, Madhuri? Actually, I'm little more screaming actually.
Okay, okay.
Sure, because of system, some issue. I don't know. It's
Yeah,
volume is full in the system also.
okay, that's fine. Just stay as close to the mic as possible then.
Is it
Thank
better?
you. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So, uh, it is my, so everyone knows that Krishna is the Ishvara, Ishvara Parama Krishna. No one can claim that he is a controller. Krishna, Brahmaji very clearly says, Ishvara Parama Krishna. And then Sachidananda Vigraha, Anadi Radhi. He is the Adi for everyone. There is no Adi for Krishna. There is no origin for Krishna. Krishna is a supreme origin for everyone, and that is Govinda. So in this Purusha Shukta prayers, like all mostly like in general Purusha Shukta prayers, it is chanted in every temples, right? It's not just ISKCON, like even general temples also they do, when they do Abhishek or anything, that they will sing this Purusha Shukta prayers. So but so those prayers, it is not clearly mentioned for them, like they don't understand like who is the Purusha, the real Purusha who is talking about in these prayers. But that's what Srimad Bhagavatam is establishing, that that is Krishna, that Purusha is actually Krishna. And very clearly also Srila Prabhupada also mentioning in different purpose that it is Brahmaji also confirms that it is only Krishna is the Purusha, Purushottama, right? And then also he's explaining about Ekapat Vibhuti and Tripat Vibhuti. So Ekapat Vibhuti means it is material world. So Ekapat means 1/4. So 1/4 of his Krishna's total creation is the material world. And then 3/4 Tripat Vibhuti. So 3/4 of the material creation is the spiritual world. So what we think that this material world is so big and so vast, we are thinking, but actually we are just in the 1/4 of the creation. So but actually 3/4 is the creation, is the spiritual world. And Srila Prabhupada also mentioned that so only the jiva who is against Krishna, so they came to this 1/4 part of this creation, which is this material world. And we see that, oh, so many souls are not surrendered to Krishna in this material, so many jivas are there, right? So but if we think that we are just little, spiritual world is vast. So we are, and we unfortunately we become the part of this 1/4 creation. So but here Prabhupada says actually Krishna is not much interested in this material world. He created for us to enjoy, right? That's the only reason. So there is no reason for him to create. So but he created and he is not much attracted to it. That's what in Bhagavad Gita Krishna says, bhumi rapo nalo vayu khammano buddhirevacha ahankara iti yame bhinna prakriti rashtata. So bhinna prakriti, that is just my separated energy. So it's not much that's what Prabhupada says, that he is indicating in the language of the Gita, he is not much interested. It is Bhinna Prakriti. It is just my separated energy. But actually, my internal energy is spiritual world. So, but the region of Tripat Vibhuti, being a spiritual manifestation, is more attractive to him. So, more attractive to him because that is Krishna's internal potency. And also in Radha Kripa Kataksha prayers, which is originally spoken by Lord Shiva. So in this very beautiful line will come that Nirantharam Vasikrita Pratiti Nandanandane Kadakarashyasi Hamam Kripa Kataksha Bhajanam. So the meaning is Nandanandan submits to you, Srimati Radharani, for eternity. So Krishna is so much attracted to the spiritual world. It is because of his presence of his pure devotee and especially Srimati Radharani. Right? So that is the potency. And also Krishna says that my pure devotees are under the control of internal potency. They are not under the control of external potency. And also the Lord generates the material manifestation by impregnating the material energy, and then he expands and come in the form of Vishwarup. So here in the translation also we can see like everything comes from Krishna. So that's what we are studying, like all the universal globes and universal form with all material elements, qualities and the senses, everything is generated Krishna is the origin for all these things. And he comes in the form of Vishwaroop in this material world to just to show to the people who doesn't believe the two-handed form. So, and Prabhupada, that's what he is again indicating, that Krishna's real form is not Vishwaroop. Vishwaroop is actually temporary form which is shown to Arjuna, because it is not for Arjuna, it is for the people who cannot accept the two-handed form. So, but the original form of Krishna is Shyam Sundar, the two-handed holding the flute. So that is original form of Krishna. So, but impersonalist, so they are not able to accept. For them, they think that Krishna is impersonal. So Krishna is actually Krishna doesn't have any form. So he is just a race. So here Prabhupada compared like this also they will take, and then they manipulate. But actually Prabhupada give very clearly that Krishna is compared to the sun, and the rays and heat, how it comes. So, but still, the sun is not affected by the sun rays or heat, right? The sun is not feeling, oh, it is so hot, it is coming from me. So, it is not like that. So, sun is not affected by its own rays and heat. So, similarly, Krishna is creating all these material world and material senses and everything, but he is stay aloof. He is not affected by these creations. So, and also like what impersonalists say is, okay, they understand that the rays of the sun, that is actually nothing but it is Jyoti, the Brahma Jyoti, that is what Krishna. So, but they don't understand behind the rays there is a sun. Without sun, how the rays will come, right? So the rays cannot come without the sun. But they cannot accept. That's what in Isha Upanishad very clearly it is mentioned, Hiranmayena Patrena. So in that verse very clearly it is mentioned that, oh my Lord, please remove your effulgent rays, which is actually dazzling, and I cannot able to see your beautiful form. So that beautiful form is covered by the dazzling rays. So because this Brahma Jyoti is nothing but Krishna's bodily effulgence. And that effulgence is completely occupied. And like for example, if the sun rays or the clouds, so when it is cloudy, you can see now the climate is very cold and there is no sun, so the cloud is covering the sun, right? So and we cannot able to see the sun, but because it doesn't mean that the sun is not there, right? So the cloud is actually covered the sun. So similarly, Krishna's effulgence, that Brahma Jyoti, which actually covers the beautiful form of Krishna which is behind, that effulgence is actually coming from Krishna. So but that is covered uh, uh, by the Brahma Jyoti. So that's what in that Isha Upanishad prayers that it is mentioned that, oh my Lord, please remove that bodily effulgence, so that dazzling effulgence, so that we can view the beautiful form of the Lord. So that is the prayer which is very clearly says that there is a beautiful form of Krishna is there, but it is just we cannot able to see, and we cannot conclude that okay, this is the Krishna's form is only light, there is no personal form. So that is how impersonalists are concluding. And I think we already discussed this. I already shared this here, but anyway, I'll share this example. Srila Guru Maharaj always quote this example, how we can understand the impersonalist understanding. So, if a person never sees the train, so how he come to understand, like, so the three persons are coming to the station to see the train. They never saw the train earlier. Okay, so they come to see the train, and first thing when the train comes, what we can able to identify whether the train is coming or not.
Right?
So what is light? So
Yeah, we can
before
say
light,
that.
sound comes.
Yeah. Yeah.
right? So first, like we hear that light, right? So then after that, we will saw the light, just the light in a very far distance, right? So if a person first time when he never see the train, he comes and think, so okay, so this is, so only sound is coming. That means this is train. The sound is a train. So that is how like people, some people like they conclude that Omkara, that the sound is Krishna. Yes, of course, the sound is Krishna, but that is not eternal. That is one form of Krishna, right? So that is one. And then second, light form. So they think that okay, oh, this is a light, this is how the train looks. And then the second person also went, and then the third person comes, he stayed there, and then he saw that the train have different parts and the people are coming and going. So that is a full understanding. So similarly, when we actually um get the mercy of the Lord, then actually we can understand that there is a beautiful form of Sham Sundara is there behind this effulgence rays, right? So that is how we can understand the, but impersonalists, they are understanding in a very halfway. So they did not understand the full Brahman feature. So because that's why Prabhupada, many purpose, if you see Prabhupada give all the time, Krishna, the absolute truth, can be understood in three ways. One is impersonal Brahman, second is Paramatma, and then Bhagavan, right? So impersonal Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan. But the absolute understanding is Bhagavan, Krishna in the personal form. And because they think that Krishna, if Krishna is in the, when he comes in this material world, so that means he will not be in Golaka. That is why here Prabhupada again give this verse from Brahma Samhita that Goloka eva nivashat akilatma bhuto. So his abode is Golaka, but it doesn't mean that he is not there in Golaka when he comes to this material world. So, and he is not in this material world like when he is in Golaka. So it's not like that. So he is everywhere, and he is every nook and corner of his creation by his spiritual, happy spiritual rays. Prabhupada translate as happy spiritual rays. So he is present everywhere. So we cannot escape from him. So we cannot escape once we take shelter of Krishna, we cannot escape from him. So this is I heard like recently, this our ISKCON is like a mafia gang. So once we get caught into this gang, we cannot escape. Krishna will never leave us. So wherever you want to go, you don't want to come to ISKCON, you want to go away, Krishna will never leave you. Krishna is there everywhere. He will not stop you, because so many lifetime, after so many lifetime, we got this opportunity and we turn towards Krishna finally. And now again, if we are going away, Krishna will never leave us. So, and of course, we can understand this by the devotees' mercy. Wherever we go, Krishna comes. Like Krishna is everywhere. That is, we can understand also through the devotees' hands, right? So one example, I remember that there is one devotee. He was in the temple and he was serving in the temple very sincerely. But what happened, like some issue, like everywhere there is a issue, right? And it is because Maya's action will be more severe inside the temple than the outside, because inside the temple we are trying to fight against Maya more. Outside everyone is just under the controller of her Maya, but inside, because we are trying to fight against her, so her power is more inside the temple. That's why like most of the time, like quarrel and fighting, politics, everything is there even inside ISKCON temples. So because of that, he got fed up and he left ISKCON. So and then what happened, like he was but he was following everything, he was chanting, but only thing, he doesn't want to come to temple. But then he was started because he doesn't know to cook. He was alone. He was just taking from the temple earlier. Now there is no option for going to temple for prasadam also, but he was alone, and he was not able to cook properly. Whatever he knows, he was trying to cook, but he was suffering, and Krishna knows, right? So somehow or other, wherever he goes, so he meets some devotees, and they will say, oh, you want prasadam, and they will give. And one time, like in the flight, he was traveling. So in the flight he sat, and then exactly like some of the devotees came and sit in near to him. And that devotee, when they started from the temple, so it is just a 2 hour flight for them, so they didn't plan to pack prasadam first of all. So but still the devotees, they were telling that no, no, you take prasadam, there is lot of prasadam is there, you pack and go, you pack and you distribute. So so much prasadam they packed. And so because they saw this person, and he is also wearing tulsi mala, oh, they started they started, oh, you are devotee, like we have prasadam, do you want? But this person, he said, no, I don't want, I don't want, because he started literally hating the people. Oh, he started thinking everyone is like that, so he started hating everyone. He doesn't want to come. But the devotees were actually so much in forcing, can you please take, this is prasadam only, no, why you are saying no, you should not say no to prasadam and all. Then he got really mad, and then he started shouting, why are you torturing everywhere, wherever I go, Krishna is sending prasadam. And he started crying. He started crying, and he shared that his heart, that Krishna is so merciful. I don't know, somehow or other, like how he is identifying that I am struggling for prasadam. Wherever I struggle for prasadam, immediately he sends. So Krishna is so merciful. He is seeing every action of us, and he knows what we need, and he never leaves us. So he started crying, and then he accepted the prasadam. But the main point here, we have to understand that, so we should not envy anyone, even though there is problem. There is problem in everyone. This is material world. So Prabhupada says this material world is not for a gentleman to live. If you are a gentleman, we should quit this material world and go. If we are still living, we are not a gentleman. Prabhupada says very clearly, this is not for a gentleman. So, if we think that, oh, why this devotee is like this, why this devotee, so we started feeling, and we stopped coming to temple. What is a impact? Like it is an impact for us only, right? We have to understand this is material world. This is how it is. People are actually, temple is a hospital, right? So ISKCON temple is a hospital, and everyone whoever is coming, everyone is a patient, and every patient have a different level of disease and different severity. Some will have like just light cough and cold, and some will have like a big disease like heart attack or cancer. So we never know, like everyone have a different levels of disease. But after coming to the hospital, oh, everyone is sick, I don't like this, I want to go out. Like even if we go out, it's the same, but at least here treatment is going on. Outside there is no treatment. So we should never think that, okay, so there is so many problems, so I don't want to come to the temple, I will do on my own, I know all, I can do anything. That is a danger. So if we leave the association, then that is the danger comes, then we fall down. So that is like why I came to this point is, so Krishna is there in nook and corner of this creation, we cannot escape from him. So and he will also never leaves us. And that's why pure devotees can able to see Krishna everywhere. So Krishna says that I am in every nook and corner, right? But only we are conditioned, we cannot able to see. But Krishna can be seen by the pure devotees everywhere, everywhere, wherever we goes, we can see. And it's pure devotees definitely can be able to see, but at least for us, we can see the hands of Krishna in our life, isn't it? At least every one of us agree that we see Krishna's hands in our life. we can see how Krishna is very nicely taking through our life, and whatever it is happening, it is all Krishna's arrangement. So we should appreciate Krishna's presence in our life, and grateful for that, and never ever envy anyone, because if we see everyone is Krishna, so I mean everyone is Krishna's part and parcel, so then there is no enmity will be there, and there is no frustration, there is no lamentation. And the last point here also Prabhupada brings the Achintya Beda Abeda Tattva. So what is that? He is one without a second. He is personal, at the same time he is impersonal. So this is what called Chaitanya Mahaprabhu says, that Achintya Beda Abeda Tattva. So that means Krishna can do anything, right? So he is very near, at the same time he is very far. So he is very near in the form of Paramatma, but at the same time Krishna is very far, because he is in Golaka, and this material world is like so many distance, and Golaka is of course like very far distance, but still he is very near. Whenever the devotees call, Gajendra called, immediately he fly and came, immediately he reached. So Krishna is um transcendental, like it's very difficult to understand with our limited senses how it is possible, how he can be near and also far away, how he can walk but does not walk, right? So this is all in Ishopanishad. It is given that Krishna can walk and also he does not walk, and he can see but also not see. He can hear also, I mean, he can be near and also far away. So this is all contradiction, but still those contradiction is possible for Krishna. That is his potency. It is inconceivable potency. That's what Prabhupada translated as, it is inconceivable potency. We cannot understand if we don't believe, or if we don't have faith in Krishna. So he is separate from everything, and still nothing is different from him. And Krishna also says in Bhagavad Gita, right? So everything is in me, and but I am not in them. So all these things, like all these are, we can understand only when we have Shraddha, only when we have faith. It is not possible, otherwise it is not possible to understand Krishna with our conditional senses. And Krishna will reveal how much ever we wanted to know, how much ever we that will help us. If we understand, that will help us for our progress, bhakti progress. So whatever that is required, so Krishna will help us, right? So Krishna says that I am the one who gives your remembrance, and I am the one who gives forgetfulness. Sarvasya chagam kriti sannivishto mata sarva ज्ञानम अपोहनम च वेदैश शर्वैरहमेव वेद्यो वेदांतकृत वेदविद एव चागम. So Krishna says in that verse that I am the one who gives you remembrance, and also I am the one who gives forgetfulness. And also he says, I will give the buddhi. Tadami buddhi yogam tam enamam upayanti te. So I will give the buddhi, intelligence, whatever you wanted to understand, I will give the buddhi so that you can come back to me. So only thing is that we should understand that, and start seeing this world through the scriptures. So that is why we are studying all these things, not just to understand like scientifically, okay, so this is how the science is working, so this is how the creation happens. So we are not here to understand the science, so but we are here to understand the creator behind the science, right? So that if we understand the creator, and when we take shelter of him, and then everything will be clear. And if we see everyone as Krishna's part and parcels, then we don't complain, we don't uh, see as a third person. Like when we see as a third person, then obviously we start complaining. So but when we see is it's ours, it's my family, it's my Krishna's family, so then we will not think anything. So that is why, that is the main point we can take from this whole Purusha Shukta prayers, it explained that how Krishna's potency is expanded, and Krishna is present everywhere. So, and his potency can be understood only by the mercy of the Lord and the mercy of his devotees. And we should not envy on anyone, so that we can understand these scriptures and we see the world through the eyes of the scriptures. So then we can able to perfect our life. So thank you so much. We'll stop here. ग्रंथरा श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय, पतित पावन श्रील गुरु महाराज की जय, समवेत गौर भक्त वृंद की जय. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Any questions or comments? Okay.
Thank you very much, Mataji. It's a very nice class. And then, yeah, we are, Krishna is everywhere. The way, if we think like that, he is in everywhere in the nature. If you see nature also, everywhere he can see him. The way we put our eyes like that, then we can find him. Otherwise, no. He's like that, if you want me, I'll come in. I'll be anywhere. I'll be in front of you. But what form, you think of me. That's all. Thinking is the main thing. That's beautiful. It did explain nicely. Thank you.
Thank you. So no other questions or comments, so we can stop here. Vancha kalpatarupasya kripa sindhubhyo cha
Pattanam pavanebhyo Vaishnavibhyo namo namah. Hare
Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai, Jagat Guru
Ki jai.
ki jai. Hidaya Gaur
Jai.
Hari
Hari Hari Bol.
Thank you, Mataji, for the nice class.